lean forward a little bit like that, that's good. That's fab, hon.
7 years ago my parents died. Really quickly, within 3 weeks of each other. It struck me as I was sifting through all their old photographs, remembering my mum and dad, that my whole idea of photography began to crystallise. When you take a photograph, in that moment that you click the shutter, you're capturing life. It's a memory that you've made of somebody.
Yeah, that's good. That's exactly what we want.
You're not intentionally commemorating them. It's just a snapshot. But when that person dies, the photograph becomes something else. Suddenly they have a fantasy. I want to explore that. I want to push myself and take my work somewhere new. And I want to come to terms with my parents' death in the only way I know how, through photography. So I had this idea to do an exhibition about death and life. I want to photograph people who are staring death in the face and see what I can learn from them about life.
You only get one chance to live, to express yourself. We can taste, we can feel, we can feel each other's love. It's amazing. That's what it should be.
All the things that normally, I don't know, I'd be worried about, or what would be bringing me down and things, suddenly it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter what's happened in the past. It doesn't matter what's going to happen in the future, because there is no future. You are alive.
It doesn't mean that all I want to do is sit around and have deep and meaningful discussions all the time. That's not what happens when you get cancer. That's not what happens when, you think you're going to die.
You either look at the fact you're dying and cry about it, or you look at the fact you're dying and laugh about it, and inevitably it's nicer laughing than crying, isn't it?
Things begin, grow, alive, end. And if it's the most ordinary thing in the world, why be frightened of it?
After my parents passed away, we got all the photo albums. They didn't take a lot of photographs. They were underexposed, badly shot photos. That's a good picture of my dad. That's what my dad was like. And what's the Joker? They passed away 6 years ago, and I'm only really just coming to terms with them not being here. I feel a kind of responsibility to my son and to my family that I make sure that I prepare them for my passing away. And then I guess that's why I wanted to do the project, because just kind of stare it a bit in the face, stare death in the face a little bit and ask yourself a few questions about it. So I'm going back to my roots. I want to photograph real people with real problems. People who are facing one of the biggest challenges of all, their own death.
When I get ready in the night and I put my wig on, I feel ultra glam, and when I take it off I don't. So this is what I look like if I take my wig off. Oh, I'm being brave, but that's it. That's my bit of growth from my chemo, and I don't like it. I'm putting my wig back on. Okay. And everybody says to me, oh, you're more glamorous now than you used to be. So cancer forced me to be glamorous.
I love Leslie. Leslie's full of an incredible amount of self-belief with a healthy, very healthy dose of self-criticism.
I've only got 1 hour, Sean.
You look great.
Do I?
Yeah.
We're trying to look like
Kim Kardashian.
yeah. If I don't look like her at the end of this, we'll be trouble.
Why do you want to look like Kim Kardashian?
I think she's really pretty. That's one picture that I actually think is cute of myself. So I look like a boy most of the time. But I like that one because I've got bunches in and I look cute. I was adopted when I was 7 days old and grew up feeling very different and lonely. And I was wondering where I was from and why I was being bullied at school, why I was bigger than everyone else, why I was darker than everyone else, and I had no answers. It was just in to be blonde and blue-eyed, and if you were anything other than that, you were a freak. Social workers used to come and say, what's the prognosis? And I said, oh, I'm going to get better. And they said, who told you that? The doctor. I said, no, me. And she was like, well, as if to say, well, who are you? Do you know what I mean? And I thought, well, I'm me, actually. So I thought, and I'm in charge of whether I'm going to get better or not. And one day, she was due to come, I felt rough, I was being sick, I thought, oh God, but I did it, and I put makeup on, wig on, and I opened that door, and you know, she just went, oh, she said, you've proved us all wrong, haven't you? And I just thought, result, and it was only a wig and a bit of makeup, but she believed me. The wig saves the day again. Don't like myself on pictures.
Why not? You look great.
I don't know.
You look beautiful. Do you not like them?
No.
You could do that.
That's nice. What have you done to it? That is just so much better. Isn't it though?
I'll tell you what we could do is we could do something like that and then do something more real that goes with it. What's interesting for me, I guess, and I think for other people, is that, you know, you see the pictures of her, she doesn't really even look ill. It's not until she takes the wig off that, you know, there's a kind of hint at how she is. Do you take your wig off then?
Go on then. Oh God. I would never normally have my hair like this.
Oh, wow.
Just let me say that.
But it looks great!
No way, please.
It looks great like that!
Oh.
Her whole personality is just full of energy and positivity, and she's great to be around. You come away feeling a bit exhausted by her. That's great. Really look in the lens. Almost like you're talking to the camp, like like you're talking inside to the person that's looking at your picture. Tell them your story with your eyes. That's great. I love that. Okay, don't feel nervous. You're going to look amazing, don't worry. Love that one. I think you look like a French movie star. What do you think?
I've had better pictures. Like from my mobile phone.
Tell us about it.
Where's my phone?
Yeah,
I'll show you one.
No, but it just bleaches you out and you look like you're 12 years old.
That's why I like it.
Because it makes you look really young.
Yes. That looks absolutely awful and I look like a convict.
I can't be beaten by a mobile phone. Can I get the Leica, please? Just ISO 400, 2.8, 125. You'd probably be fine.
Please let me put my wig on.
What was interesting is that right from the beginning, she didn't feel comfortable in front of the camera. And a lot of beautiful people have that, where they're quite analytical of themselves, and she looked very sad. You know, like her eyes looked very sad. But then she just wanted to look like she was, you know, Wonder Woman, Katie Price. So do your face that you're doing.
What face?
The camera phone.
Oh, the camera phone. Hang on, let me just a minute, let me think. Right.
It's just a pity because it's all preconceived notions of what's beautiful, and to me that's not what's beautiful about her. What's beautiful about her is her incredible personality and her really cutting sense of humour.
Oh, look at that now! See, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. Who knows me better than me? That's amazing. I need a copy of that. I just love it. Do you not agree though?
Well, no, I mean I feel that this one's more about you fighting something, whereas this one's you trying to look like glamorous.
Well, does every woman not want to look like glamorous?
I don't want you to be unhappy with
I'm
the
unhappy.
photo.
Oh, see, we're going to clash. We're going to clash. Can I have both? Please. So I'll let you have that one. If you let me have that one.
It's a negotiation.
I like that one. You've done well. But notice how I put my bit in and showed you how to do it.
You certainly did.
To me, once you've died, it's all about your soul, not your body. Do what they want with my body. I don't care. I'm not here anymore. I'm not in it. I've gone back to where I belong. Back to home.
You like that?
I'm happy. You've done well.
Thank you.
How much do I get paid for this? Joking. It was a joke.
Normally people pay me.
It's very therapeutic, you know, to start with digging around in earth. I think we have a connection to the earth. All human beings have. And just, you know, planting things and seeing them grow, really. I've got what is called Chinese lanterns, and when they dry up and they die, they make this fantastic little mesh. It's got a little seed in there as well, and they're bright orange when they come out. They don't last long because they're so delicate. 2005, I had a mastectomy. My right breast went. In 2007, it spread everywhere. It spread in my bones, soft tissue, lungs, and liver. After that, I developed a brain tumour on my cerebellum, the back of my head. I had to have brain surgery. And then they burned my cancer in my lungs. Then I had a collapsed lung. I had to stay in hospital for 2 weeks and got swine flu in hospital. Thank you.
Let's pour it in.
Thank you. Yeah. It's like King Canute pushing the wave back.
Can you stand there, like that?
Yeah, that's great.
And just reflectively, yeah, and then just, I like the eyes closed for one as well.
Do you want me to take this off?
Yeah, maybe, that's a good idea for one shot, it might be interesting.
How's that?
Yeah, that's great.
It's not disease, it's outside, it's inside. I know most of it are disguised, because I don't want other people to worry about me.
And just push your chin out a little, hun. That's it, and down a little.
I don't want their pity. I don't want that. Because if I take on their pity, then it's going to make me feel or think, oh yeah, I'm a poor girl, you know, oh, you know, what I have to deal with and what, then I can't continue anymore. I'm still here and I'm kicking and I'm fighting to get as much out of life as possible. And in the end, we all go to the same place. All of us. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, it's quite strange actually, because when you've always been into sport and fitness and that sort of thing, and enjoyed life to the full, to all of a sudden be told that you're, want of a better word, dying, is quite a strange feeling. And met my daughter for lunch, and who was 18, and I met her, and the first thing I said was, if I said to you quality or quantity, what would you say? And Charlotte said quality. So now she said, why do you ask that? And I told her the situation, and she said, well, I'd like you to say quality as well. When I was diagnosed, I was told that I probably had about 5 years to live, but instead of turning my energy inwards, I wanted to project it out to help people, really. And I started up a charity called Climbers Against Cancer, or CAC for short. I've already raised somewhere in the region of £75,000. Cancer is a big word. It's too big actually. It shouldn't be that big. It's a terrible disease. A lot of people die of it, but people are really frightened of cancer. And what I wanted to do was create a sort of vibrancy around cancer, create a happiness so people can see that, you know, here's a guy that's got terminal cancer. I'm just a regular guy, but I can deal with it the way I deal with it, and I can smile all the way through it. I'm not saying I'm happy all the time, but, you know, predominantly I can be really happy and love life as you should. I'm really quite humbled by the whole thing because, you know, little old me in little old Ribchester in the Ribble Valley, you know, comes up with an idea that's affecting people around the world. It is really quite, rewarding. And it's really important to me that Charlotte could look back and think, you know, my dad was a cool guy. Now that's me nearly getting upset there.
Considering myself as an Amazonian Indian woman, you know, the Amazonians purposely cut off their breasts so they could shoot with their arrows. That's true. Yeah, that is actually true. And I thought, well, it's only a bit of flesh, you know, it's not that important. Really, it should symbolize the inner strength that comes through me. How I want to deal with this, that I'm fighting to the bitter end, I'm not giving up.
I see a warrior, I see someone battling their illness that will win. She may die in the process, but she'll still be a winner. John brings a new dimension to optimism, and I think he's the kind of person that I wanted to do the project to meet, really. He's the sort of person that I thought would come across, but he's almost like pumped, he's like amplified, it's like his steroid version of like optimistic. You're really looking through the lens. Like, the thing about CAC I really like is the minute you say it, you smile. You do what I mean? You can't CAC. It makes you smile.
It's humor.
Yeah. It's fun, but
I'm not so serious about it. But you can't like that, guess you.
no, of course not. How'd you stop it getting to you then?
You wake up every morning with a smile on your face.
Is that how you get sort of through it?
It's terminal, but you can't mourn about it.
He's my perfect subject, really. He's the one that I've a kind of a golden ticket of subjects, because he comes out and he just makes you feel at ease about talking about something that's very hard to discuss, and then on top of that he takes the mickey out of it. Do me, he's going to do me. Actually, I'll shoot it. That's great, do me. He's brilliant, but very hard for me to photograph because I couldn't work out what would kind of be meaningful to the people that would see the shots and to him. Can you put your glasses like to the side?
He did try a few pictures that were a bit Eric Morecambe looking. I wasn't sure whether that was really me as such, you know, it's a like natural humour rather than contrived humour, if you will.
I think we need to do something like that with you. You're not a serious person. I mean,
I find it difficult to be serious. You don't know that.
Try the other way. Very good. Okay, good. Well done. That's brilliant. Come and have a look at that.
So you couldn't do two together?
I could do two together, or I could do you facing each other, like, you know, which would be quite nice. It's almost like one person's looking at the other person, you know what I mean, in the mirror. I think he went for a great shot because he referred to himself, the kind of the fun one as him, and the other one as his life with cancer, which I thought was quite, you know, quite emotional, really. I'm not normally like this. I don't normally kind of bring myself into projects quite as much, but this one I've just gone inside my own head, kind of a self-obsession about like my own personal, mortality, and I'm trying really hard to get, process that, get it out of me, and just doing these things gets it out.
The skull has always been this symbol of death, but it's been sort of hijacked by the fashion world. You see it everywhere now, on t-shirts, perfume bottles, jewellery. It's kind of lost that original meaning. So I wanted to play with that a bit by doing some self-portraits, even though I know it's going to make me look totally self-obsessed.
I guess this probably is the most indulgent I can be.
Of all the people I've photographed, the writer Diana Athill is one of the most impressive. She's lived a long and full life, and is coming closer to her own death. Something she's written about candidly.
Hello, Rankin. How nice to see you again.
Hi Dada, how are you?
I'm all right. Come on in.
You look really well.
So do you. And what's the point of this program? What is it that you're trying to get at?
The core of it is that I'm scared of death, and I've realised through my parents passing away that I'm scared of death.
I remember when I was very young, I think it was Montaigne who said everybody ought to spend 15 minutes every day thinking about death so that they're used to the idea. And I thought, that's rather sensible. And it seemed to me very quickly that it was a part of life. I mean, even enormous mountains, they have a beginning, they come up to their best, and then they wear away and they die. Everything does. That's the pattern of how life works. And if it didn't work like that, God knows where we'd be. So that it can't be, if it's so completely universal, it can't be so bad. That's how it struck me. I mean, it's the most ordinary thing in the world. Why be frightened of it?
So things I think I'll miss, I'm going to miss, like, a sunrise.
You won't miss it, darling, because you won't be there to miss it. I remember a friend of mine who felt it very strongly. He would wake up in the night and say, I'm going to die, how awful. He said, all those fucking birds will still go on singing. I said, well, that's what cheers me up. I like to think
of the birds singing.
That all the birds go on singing and babies go on being born, life will go on. That doesn't make me feel bad, it makes me feel better. Made him feel furious, he wanted them all to stop.
A lot of what I'm talking about is just this selfish notion of how important my death is to me. It's not really going to be that important to anyone else.
It's going to be very important to other people, more important to other people than it is to you, actually, because they're going to know about you.
So I'm just a whining middle-aged bloke. I think it's fine. I just needed to be told that.
Something has to make you feel good, and clothes make me feel good. And why shouldn't a guy of nearly 70 wear pink shoes if he wants to wear pink shoes? No reason at all, so it's just something that keeps me happy. And so few things do. So bugger it. can't happen. You really do see the benefit of having them, you know, because it takes you out yourself for a while. You know, it's another diversion to stop you thinking about bloody dying. You're like warm and comfortable, and the bubbles are going, and it's dreadful fun. We're going to start off my funeral with all things bright and beautiful, and then we move on to it ain't necessarily so. Then we unplug it, and then we go out. As I go through the curtains, we're going out to the Internationale, and that'll wind a few up. Lots of people I'd like to say goodbye to. I don't see anymore. I either can't get to where they are, or I'm frightened to go to where they are. They don't come to me. That's the saddest bit of my life at the minute. It's that I just don't see people any longer. No, we had some wonderful times, particularly with the bikes. We did the boats later on bikes, and we were in each other's pockets for years, and it's all gone. But that's the way life goes, I suppose. Where do I find joy? Sitting and holding my wife's hand. Sometimes it's just nice just to sit and hold hands. It's lovely, it's comforting, and I think, no, I might well up, man. Okay. Enough. Okay. You don't ever accept that you died. You can't, it can't take it in. But then sometimes it just does.
Problem people have with death, right? I mean, it's our natural state. Time began 13 billion years ago or whatever with the Big Bang. I was dead actually at that time, and so I was right up until 1947 when I started trying to puzzle things out, you know, and now after this brief glimpse at this vast universe, I'm going back to that. I've had 13 billion years of practice.
In January, the legendary Dr. Feelgood guitarist Wilko Johnson was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer and given 9 months to live. But it was his attitude to that prognosis that caught the attention of the world's media.
I always have been a miserable so-and-so, and we walked out the hospital, and the sky was very bright, and seeing the trees against the sky, you know, and fucking, oh man, it looks so good. And I just felt this elation. I thought, you are alive. And, you know, and you can walk out in the street and the very paving stones seem to be shivering, you know, like it's, wow. I mean, I realise my attitude may seem unusual or something, but it seems to be a very logical attitude. I mean, everybody's going to die, you know, and I've got the advantage of knowing that it's worked out for me, you know. But because death is something that you always look at as something in the indefinite future. I'm sure that when you're 95, you'll be thinking the same thing. And me, it's going to be, I don't know, a few months or something. But if it be not now, then 'tis to come. If it be not to come, then 'twill be now. But if it be not now, yet it will come. Hamlet. You see, and he was right, and that's true for everybody. It will come. Finished the set with this song Bye Bye Johnny. The crowd is all below, it was really rammed. They're all going bye, you go bye, bye, bye. And I tell you what, I mean, you could have got waxed very sentimental over this, right? But it didn't. It was, again, that was a buzz, because it was just such a great piece of show business. You know, everybody's crying and that, it's fantastic.
Until you see the cufflinks. Somebody said I was a sort of champagne socialist. I'm not, I'm a champagne communist.
Brilliant.
My hairdresser, Andrew, he's about 6'3" and broad. And if he finds you bugging it up, he'll beat you all over the place.
You look amazing.
Thank you very much. Wish I could say the same about you. You got a terrible eye.
Straighten your head. My assistants now love you. Do you know that?
That's okay, isn't it?
Straighten your head a little that way. That's it. Drop your shoulders a little bit.
It does. If breathing's a problem with it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Do you have to have them up?
You tend to.
Go on then, put them up.
No, it's all right. I'll keep them down.
Can you put your hands up there still?
Yeah.
That's great. And leaning for me a little. That's great. Yeah, good. And take the light a bit higher. And just push your chin out a little for me. That's gorgeous.
Can I have a break for a minute?
Yeah, of course.
Sorry, it is. Keep your shoulders down.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't realise. I think I've got it.
You sure?
I'm going to show you it and see what you think. Yeah. Here you go.
I like that. I do like that. Isn't that lovely?
I really like it.
That is super.
I like your eyes now.
Oh, impressed.
Good.
Are you happy with it?
I'm very, very happy with it.
Good.
I think it captures something about you.
I'm ever so pleased with that, I must admit.
Are you?
Yeah,
Oh, that's brilliant.
yeah. You're a clever bugger, aren't you?
Best guy in the world. I know you brought one hand up here, but that, yeah.
Necessarily so.
Lean this way a little more.
It ain't necessarily so.
Do you think as an artist, like, you contemplated death in the past? Do you think that prepares you more for it at all?
My wife died of cancer, I think nearly 9 years ago now. We were together for 40 years, and I love her still. It was just this terrible thing, you know, that I knew she was going, and I might be sitting down here, and she was upstairs in bed, and I'm thinking, man, she's, wow, and, you know, sort of go up and sit with her and thinking, stop the clock.
Yeah.
You know, that she's here, she's got to go. Yeah, stop it.
Yeah.
You know, but of course, it inevitably happens.
I push your chin right out. That's great.
I do believe we have a soul, but I don't believe it's immortal.
Right.
And I think consciousness is a product of this organ in our heads, you know, and once that's stopped, there's no more consciousness and no more soul. If I thought that I would see Irene again when I die, I would have killed myself 9 years ago, you know, so I'll find out. Well, I won't find out, will I? Because I won't be here to find out. That's a big, it's a tricky one.
You would one kind favor last to you. You know one kind favor last to you. One kind favor I'll ask to you. See that my grave is kept clean.
Hello.
Hello, it is very nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. I've been so excited to meet you.
Oh, and I am very excited to meet you. I am very happy to meet you. Come in. I am a Hungarian camp survivor, slave labor survivor, and death march survivor. So I survived quite a lot in my life.
So you've looked death in the eye a few
So I
times.
do more than once time. First of all, I looked death in the eye when we arrived in the camp.
Which camp were you in?
Auschwitz.
Auschwitz.
The life was so difficult. We had no food. How we slept, even animals would not sleep like that. We were not taken for humans. Their aim was to kill us.
Yeah.
It was an upside down world. Bad was good, good was bad. Killing was okay, that was the norm. When you help for somebody and you try to be kind to somebody, you were punished for that. So the situation was so bad that in a way you wanted to die. But when you went before the Germans and you know you can be selected now and they take you now to be killed, somehow then you were afraid.
Right.
that shows that how strong is life.
Now, life must be so amazing.
It is. I appreciate life every moment because I knew I get a second chance.
Because you seem a very optimistic person.
What I have learned for this situation, take everything how it comes. With one word, to be tolerant to each other.
Yeah.
If somebody is different than you, it does not mean that he is better or worse. It is different. But one thing is sure, for all of us humans, our blood is red, and you cut it, it hurts.
Are you scared of death now?
No, I am not afraid of. No. I have children. I never believed that I will be a mother, not grandmother, great-grandmother.
Yeah. How did that make you feel when you were nursing your first child? You created life. That feeling must have been...
That was really the first thing, what it really belonged to you. Yeah. Because they took away you everything, your family, they killed your family, they took away. So the first baby, really, who belonged to you, was the first baby. So that was...
How did that make you feel?
You cannot describe. You are asking me something I cannot. Simply I cannot describe it.
There's no hate there. She taken away from the most inhumane circumstances, from being that close to death, tolerance. I mean, how you can take that away from that, to me, is like bizarre. She's determined and optimistic and positive, and is taking tolerance as a lesson. What an inspirational person. Something that struck me about Lily's home is that she surrounds herself with photographs. They're everywhere you look, and they remind you of what she says, of how precious life is. I didn't meet any of the people in these images, her children or grandchildren, but I couldn't help but think that none of them would have existed if she hadn't survived. Those photos, snapshots or not, have the potency I'm talking about. What I've learned is that everyone's going to die, and all these photographs are going to mean something when people die. When I die, they're going to mean something else. When the people that are in them die, they're going to mean something else. So if you go to the show and you look at them, you can't help but think about life and death. These photographs have a potency because I've put that title on them, Alive in the Face of Death. And it actually, forget all the cameras and the lighting, it's engaging with people and then giving you something, and all these people have given me something, and I've wrapped it up and put it in a photograph, and that's what's brilliant about it, and that's what I love about my job, that I get to do that. I'm sure I'm going to get criticised for it, but I kind of don't care, because I feel really good about the song.
The reason I was interested in this in the first place was because a very simple thing to start with was the title. It was called Alive in the Face of Death, and I just thought, well, that really chimes with what I'm trying to say. You know, just because you acquire a terminal disease or whatever, it doesn't mean that you stop being yourself. It doesn't mean that you stop living. That's the way I look at it. You have beautiful days, you know, when you're going through something really grim, and then you go out and you have a fantastic day, you just appreciate it all that much more. And so it's not all grim and depressing and horrible and painful. There's really beautiful things that come out of these situations. It's weird because at the moment I feel fine, and my friends tell me I look the same. You know, I have these things inside me that are one day gonna kill me. But yeah, I'm making time for the things I want to make time for.
Was it Hemingway that said that when you love someone, there's never a happy end to it? But actually, I think he was also saying that, you know, your life is incredibly more fulfilling when there's somebody in it that you love and that you're sharing it with. And that's definitely how I felt.
When you love someone, you want to take away hurt, you don't want to give hurt, and I'm giving hurt to quite a lot of people I love, and that's why I'm crying, because when I first found out the news that from the doctor that there's nothing they can do about my cancer this time, you know, probably one of the first thoughts I had was about my mum and dad and Al. And we got home to our flat, and I couldn't stop imagining Al having to walk into our flat for the first time with me gone, because I was thinking, I was imagining myself doing that.
I've always taken more photos than I would, but I was taking a lot of photos, but I've taken lots of photos over the last few months. Recording everything. I suppose I'm thinking about it, thinking, you know, this is the only thing that I'm going to really have left, which is going to be so tangible of Lou. But
I couldn't do any of this without Al. He needs to know that it's okay. To let me go. But I've told him I'll be watching over him. If he does anything wrong, I'm going to haunt him. And I will.
love her. I think she's such an incredible person, who's not afraid of her emotions either. She's not afraid to not be happy. That's really beautiful. She's very close to her emotions. Just let it go. You okay?
Seeing all those photographs appear on screen, and you can't quite believe it's yourself, and that it's Rankin that's taken them, and you know, you're aware that it's very special, like one-off event, and this isn't going to happen again. You know, so that makes me want to kind of cry, because that's quite special.
I think that these are really, really exciting.
I think they're fantastic. I am really hoping that I'll make the exhibition in May. That's my next goal.
lovely for the show, but the foundation of it is not really like that, is it? Some people are here, they're suffering whilst they're going around, some on the verge of dying, and it's it's close to home. But I'm not going to cry tonight. I want to remain the image that I'm portraying.
I love it. And do you know what? I even love the middle photo more than the other two, which I'm talked about. It's real, and it shows my strength.
That's good. Look serious, isn't it? Look, you know what I mean? Look, looks like a guy who's got some thoughts on his mind. It just shows you.
It literally took me breath away when I first saw it. It's absolutely wonderful. I must admit, I love watching people coming up and looking at it and then dashing in and saying, it's in the cuffings, it's in the cuffings. That goes down well enough.
I don't think any of us would feel like we're dying. For me, I mean, I'm living. That's my view. And I'm living more than I was before. So if cancer's done that, then, what can I say? I just think it's amazing. I'm really glad to be a part of it. Really, really glad.
Yeah, I mean, there have been times I didn't think I'd get this far. I mean, it's May, it's crazy. I mean, I remember coming out of the shoot and saying, I'm so happy, if I die today, I'm just so happy. But then, of course, the next day I changed my mind. I was like, actually no, I want to go to the exhibition. So, yeah, it's been special for me on that level, yeah. I've made it.
Details of organisations which offer advice and support. Go online to bbc.co.uk/actionline or call the BBC Action Line to hear recorded information on 08000 680 888. Lines are open 24 hours and are free from a landline, but mobile operators will charge.